Hi, everybody. It's Camille. Welcome to the Watering Can. This week, your business care task is to take a few moments and tidy up your workspace a little bit. So, some of you are probably super tidy already, and your workspace is nice and clean, and everything's just how you want it, and it feels comfortable, and everything's great. So, amazing. If that is you, then carry on with your week. You can come back next week, and we will talk again then. If you're like the rest of us, including myself, you probably want to spend a little time this week just getting things organized. All right, so here's what we're going to do. This is not a full scale office reorganization. All we're doing is a little bit of tidying. So, say maybe 15 minutes tops is what we're going for here, something in that range. Here's what you're going to do. Put on a audiobook or a podcast or some music that you like. Maybe you can listen to a continuing education class while you're doing this and just give you something to keep your hands busy. So the first step is to look at your desk and maybe the areas surrounding it and tidy up a little bit. So put away anything that needs to be rehomed. If you got books out or pens. I mean, I'm looking around. I've got all sorts of the stapler and candles and whatever else. So put things away so you can clear off your working space a little bit. If you have papers, look through them, see if you can recycle some of them, file some of them, get rid of them, do whatever you need to do with them. Maybe just put them in a nice pile so it looks a little bit better, whatever that is. Again, this doesn't have to be a full scale overhaul of your desk. Just spend a few minutes making it a little bit better than it was. We're trying to expose as much surface of your workspace as we can. Step two is you're going to get yourself a spray bottle and a cloth. You're going to wipe down your desk and anything on it. So if you have a lamp, I've got a lamp here. I've got like a little file area. I've got a couple of vases and some, a little thing holding my pencils, any of that kind of stuff. You're just going to wipe it down. Maybe gently wipe down the outside of your monitor. You don't want it to get super wet, but if you have a microfiber cloth or something, just get the dust off of it if there is any. You may also want to wipe down the bottom side of your chair if there's a little bit of dust accumulating there, that sort of thing. Maybe sweep or vacuum if that's accessible to you. Ideally, if you have the time and inclination, this is a good reminder to clean your keyboard. I was looking up how to clean a keyboard and it says you should do it once a week. I was like, I don't know about that. Technically, perhaps, but maybe once a year, it seems good at the very minimum. So there's instructions. I've given you a link for how to clean your keyboard. There's a couple things you might need to order if you don't have them. So you may or may not do that today, but put it on your list. It does seem like a good idea for the longevity of your keyboard to do that, and maybe wipe down your mouse. Of course, not super high water or anything, but just a gentle wipe down with a cloth, probably a good idea. Okay, so we're physically cleaning or at least wiping down things to the best of our ability. All right, that once that's done, I want you to also just assess your workspace. So, is your chair comfortable? If you sit in your chair for, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours more, does your body start to ache? Is there anything that you could do about it? So do you need to get a new chair? Do you need to raise or lower the height of your chair? Is it positioned correctly? I've given you some notes about the optimal positioning if you have a seated desk. You want your knees to be at about a 90-degree angle, your feet flat on the floor, and then you want your monitor to be at least an arm's length away from you. And when you're typing or resting your hands down, you want your forearms to be basically flat, right? So if that's not happening, maybe we need to adjust your space a little bit so that can happen. Also, you want your monitor to be about at eye height. So a lot of times you need to lift up your monitor a little bit. Maybe a couple of big textbooks could go under there if you don't have a stand for it, that sort of thing. All right, so make sure it's comfortable for you, that your body can adapt to what's there. If you have any wrist or arm or finger strain, you might want to look into getting an ergonomic mouse and an ergonomic keyboard. I got a mouse. This is what the mouse looks like. It's kind of a weird looking thing, but it makes a huge difference. I got one last year or maybe the year before, and it really, I noticed a lot, especially when I was writing my book about newsletters. I was doing a lot of computer time, and it really helped a lot. So it's a little bit of an investment, but think about it. Might be less expensive than going to physical therapy, that sort of thing. All right, so think about that. And then also just look around and see if there's anything that would make your space more inviting or special for you. So do you want to have a candle? Would a plant be nice? Do you have curtains that help protect protect you from direct sunlight or that just make the space look nice? Would a rug be nice in the winter to keep your tootsies warm? Anything like that. So is there anything that you could do to make your work life a little bit more special or nice just in terms of the physical space that you're in? And maybe this is a good time to think about that. Again, we're not trying to revamp your entire office, but just if there's any small things, maybe you're like, oh, I just want to get a new pencil or whatever it is that might make your space better. Okay, so that's it. Just a quick, tidy little wipe down, little assessment of if everything's set up in a way that works for your body right now. And if not, maybe do something about it. Otherwise, I'll be back next week with another business care task. And I hope you have a really amazing week in the meantime. All right, take care.